Hello and welcome to Hungry Octopus. This octopus is chowing away on some clams. Sounds yummy. This is a work with me problem, which means you're going to watch this video, and as I solve the problem, you'll pause the video and copy down what I have done. So we'll go through this problem step by step together. So here is the scenario. You are part of the Junior Marine Biology Club of America. Your club is scuba diving off the coast of Monterey, California. You observe an octopus, this one right here, and he is eating clams. There are 2 2/3 clams hidden in the sand. The octopus finds 1 4/5 of those clams, and he eats them. Your task is to figure out how many clams does the octopus have left to eat. So this is a subtraction problem. You're going to take 2 2/3 and you're going to subtract 1 4/5. So the very first thing we want to do is draw or illustrate the number of clams that the octopus has to eat, okay? So we're going to make some fraction boxes, and we're going to do that. I'm going to fill in one box right here, and I'm going to fill in a second box right next to that box. And now I have one that I need to make blank because I got to make 2/3 out of it. So I'm going to make a third box, but this one is going to be empty. So now I've got 2/3, which the denominator tells us we got to break this into 3 parts. So 3 parts means I'll draw 2 lines. So I'll do that right now, and I'm going to just draw one line right here and another line right here, and that will give me 1, 2, 3 parts. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to color in 2 out of those 3 parts, and that's right there. So now I have 1, 2, and 1, 2 out of 3. So I have 2 2/3. So what I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and pause this and copy this down. I'll wait for you, and then we'll do our next step. Fantastic. All right, let's move on here. So now the next thing I need to do is start thinking about subtracting this 1 4/5. Now the problem is I can't take 4/5 away from 2/3 because this is cut into thirds and this is asking for some fifths, right? So the first thing I got to do is find my LCM, or my least common multiple. So I'm going to do that right here, and I'm going to find my least common multiple. And I'll do that by using my 2 denominators, my third and my fifth. So I'm going to write the 3 first, and then the 5, and then I'm going to count by 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. And then I'll count by 5s, 5, 10, and 15. And right there I have it. I got 15 here and 15 right there. So that means this third here has to be broken into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts, and then both of these will be 15ths. So 5 parts means I'm going to cut this going up and down in 4 lines going up and down. So let's do that real quick here, and then I'll have you copy what I do. So I'm going to make 4 lines, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 lines will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 parts. Now that should make this into 15ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now I have 15ths. So what I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and copy the LCM, the least common multiple, just like I have here, and then turn this last box, this 2/3, into 15ths. I'll wait for you. Fantastic. Let's move on. Okay, so now the next thing I need to do is turn this 1 4/5 into 15ths as well, so I know how many to subtract from here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this in yellow and I'm going to write 1 4/5 right here. Now I need to multiply this by the giant 1, right? And I need to do that so that I can turn this into 15ths. So I'm going to multiply this by 1, 2, 3, 3 over 3. And so I'm going to do that right here. I'm going to multiply 3 over 3, and that will give me a new fraction, right? The 1 I just bring across because 1 times 1 would give me 1, right? So I'm going to write the 1 there. And then I've got 4 times 3, which will give me 12. And 5 times 3 will give me 15. All right. So now I need to subtract 1 and 12/15. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this and I'm going to get rid of one full one right here. So let's pretend that that one's gone, right? So I'm going to actually just make an X through it as well. And then I want to take away 12/15, right? Well, I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I could get rid of those, no problem, but that's only 10. So I'm going to cross those out. Actually, let's just go ahead and make a box and cross them out. And those are gone. So actually, and I'm going to cross this out like this, but that's only 10. So now my problem is that I need to get 15ths. I got to turn this into 15ths. And the way to do that is I'll draw these two lines and then all these lines here to make 15 parts. So watch me do this. I'm going to go one line here, and then I'm going to go 4 down this way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now I've already taken 10 away from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 2 more here. So I'm going to just grab these 2 right here and get rid of those 2. And now I can count up the remainder here. And let's enlarge this so I can do that. And I'm going to write in here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I have 13 15ths. That's what our little octopus here, those are the clams he has left to eat. So what I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and copy this and then X out the boxes that I've X'd out, change this into 15ths, get rid of this, and then count up your little 15ths, and you should end up with 13 15ths, and I'll wait for you. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we do already have our answer. However, this is our illustration. I always like to do our algorithm and make sure that that matches what we've come up with for our illustration. So I'm going to write the problem again here. I'm going to write 2 and 2/3, and then I'm going to be subtracting 1 and 4/5. So now the first thing I need to do is multiply by the giant 1 for both of these guys, right? And let's see here. I'm going to just make that giant 1. So now for the thirds, I'm going to multiply by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 over 5. And that will give me a new fraction. 2 times 1 will give me 2, right? So I just carry that one straight across. And then here I have 2 times 5, which will give me 10 here. And I have 3 times 5, that's an ugly 5, but that is a 5, which will give me 15 right here, right? So now, if you notice, 2 and 10/15 is exactly what I had here before I started getting rid of stuff, right? So now, I want to take care of this bottom one. So for the bottom, I'm working with the 5, so I'm going to multiply that by the giant 1 of 1, 2, 3, so 3 over 3, just like I did over here. So I'm going to write 3 over 3 right there. And then, once again, 1 times 1 will give me 1 here. And then right here I have 4 times 3 is going to give me 12. And 5 times 3 will give me 15, right? So now I do have common denominators here, which is very, very important. And I got to remember that when dealing with fractions, and let me just continue this line, draw this line straight across. When dealing with fractions here, I only worry about adding or subtracting, in this case subtracting, the numerators, right? But I cannot take 10 and subtract 12 from it. It's too many, right? So just like I did over here, I had to cut this whole into parts. I'm going to do that by borrowing from this 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply use a new color here so it makes sense. I'm going to borrow from that 2, turn that 2 into a 1, and then I'm going to add, because I'm working with 15ths here, I know that if I have, just like the giant 1, if I have 15 over 15, that's really going to be 1 whole, right? So I'm going to do that. Now, here you can do one of 2 things, and I like to go 15 minus 12 will give me 3, plus 10 would give me 13. So I know that my answer is going to be 13 15ths, because I do not add or subtract the denominators. And then 1 minus 1 is 0, so I don't need to put anything there. Now the other thing you could do, see, so I just went 15 minus 12 is 3 plus 10, right? However, you could also just add straight across and go, okay, so 10 plus 15 would give me 25, right? So I have 25 15ths. And then if I take 25 and I subtract 12, well, 5 minus 2 is going to give me 3, and 2 minus 1 is going to give me 1. I still end up with 13 15ths. So whichever strategy works better for you is fine and perfect. But the cool thing right here is that you can see my answer for my algorithm agrees with my illustration right up here. And that, my friends, is always very cool. So what I'd like you to do right now is make sure you can copy this entire algorithm. And the next problem we do, you're going to do all by yourself, the whole process here. And then you'll watch the video and correct your work as you watch the video. If you make any mistakes at that point, no worries. The very fastest way to learn is by making a mistake and then fixing your own mistake, catching it and fixing it. So we'll do that on your next one. I'm very proud of you for hanging in here and working on these. Have a super fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.